The Nvidia RTX 30 series is here! Kind of. If you were one of the lucky few live people to actually get one, you'd probably be celebrating right now. But unfortunately, the release of the 3080 and 3090 was met with strife supply issues. Gamers Nexus has actually a pretty solid video regarding that here, which you can watch if you want to find out more about the logistical nightmare that seemed to be the launch of the 3080 and 3090. But issues aside, Nvidia at their September 1st announcement event made some pretty bold claims about the generational improvement of the 20 series to the 30 series. Claims like the largest generation leap ever and twice the performance of the 20 series. But now the cards are out and reviewers have their hands on them. How did the claims live up? And overall, how much of a performance jump is there? We've compiled a list of numbers and taken some rough averages to get an overall idea. We'll call it Nvidia 30 series post-nut clarity. Yes, or like 12. Nut! Anyway, jumping right into it, the first 30 series card to come out was the RTX 3080, and it's truly the gamer's graphics card. On average, we're looking at between 20 and 25% performance increase in gaming with and without ray tracing and DLSS, by comparing it to the previous generation's flagship, the 2080 Ti. To play devil's advocate, Nvidia has been comparing benchmarks of the 3080 to the 2080, and those numbers tell a story closer to Nvidia's claims. Those benchmarks show a gains of around 60 to 65% mark. Definitely not 100%, but still impressive in its own right. These performance metrics were taken with 1440p and 4K in mind also. Obviously, this is at odds with the new claims that twice performance, but Nvidia has since clarified that the claims stated up to and was referring to DLSS and ray tracing performance delta in Minecraft and Quake 2. Okay? Ignoring Nvidia's mildly overzealous claims, the generational improvement is certainly there, but maybe not to the largest company's history. But hey, no one remembers like 12 years ago or so whatever. That's an eternity in internet years. What's important is that generational delta when taken in context at the launch price points for everything. The 2080 Ti launched at $1,200 USD, and while it offered great performance during its time, and to be fair, still does, the price to performance just simply wasn't there. This was the card you bought if you really wanted to go in on all the first generation RTX. But looking back at it now, the 2080 Ti seems to have suffered quite a bit of the early adopters tax. 30 series, however, tells a different story. The 3080 launched and will likely maintain for a while the price point of $700 US, roughly 60% of the 2080 Ti at launch, but similar to the 2080. Considering how much more performance you get out of the 3080 though, we can now actually talk about performance per dollar on an 80 card, which is kinda crazy. But hey, if $700 is too steep, you can scour Craigslist and eBay for people trying to flip their 2080 Ti's for like $400 to $500. Moving on to the 3090, that launched a few days ago. Gaming performance on that card is obviously better than the 3080, but more than double the price is better? No. On average, the 3090 is about 15% better in gaming than the 3080, but much more than 15% increase in the price. Historically, cards with a 90 moniker have been reserved for, let's just call them special cards. The last 90 card was the GTX 690 back in 2012, and the shtick there was the one card that had dual Kepler GPUs on it. Neat. So when Nvidia announced the highest end of the 30 series card so far to be the 3090, there was a lot of speculation as to what the special would be about the 3090. The most prevailing theory was that it was a sort of the Titan successor, considering that it would be packing 24 gigabytes of VRAM. The special shtick that Nvidia has been promoting with the 3090 is it can now start to reasonably penetrate the 8K gaming barrier. But unless you shell out some serious cash for an 8K monitor or TV, what are you going to do with all that VRAM overhead? Productivity tasks came into the spotlight, and the results might not be as dominant as you think. The main comparison here is between the 3090 and the RTX Titan for, well, obvious reasons. When looking at the numbers, the 3090 is a cut above the rest in tasks like Blender and V-Ray being twice the speed of the RTX Titan. Sadly, that's where the good times end. Nvidia made the decision not to enable productivity drivers on the 3090 that are turned on for the RTX Titan. This is despite having what I would assume to be a similar target audience for prosumers and enthusiasts, since 8K gaming is still quite a ways away from being the reasonably affordable. Because of this intentional gimping, the 3090 can only squeeze out about 15 to 20% performance gains. That is if the 3090 is not on par or absolutely crushed by the RTX Titan in some tasks, which actually make up the majority of said tasks. Why not release the productivity drivers for the 3090 though? The plan for Nvidia may lie in the possibility of an RTX Titan card coming from the 30 series. I can only imagine how beast of a card the RTX Titan 2.0 would be. The only thing that could be comparable would be the price tag. And that will do it for the post-nut clarity of the 30 series. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell. But if video games are more of your thing, check out our affiliate, cultureofgaming.com, where you can get caught up on the latest gaming news, reviews, and opinion pieces. See you next time.